Hello everybody, welcome to our Sengoku Dynasty Survival Guide. Now, you might come to a point in your game where you're producing a lot of stuff or you're making a lot of things, and there are some things that you want to sell to, traders and such, and you don't really want your villagers touching those things. Primarily like food or certain beverages or even some tools or something. Well, there is a way that you can control what your villagers are eating and drinking so that you can, have that supply, grow it, and then, do what you want with it. And the key thing here is the priority tab. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So you can find the priority tab. If you go to your dynasty kind of overview here, you'll see this little tab here called priorities. We'll go ahead and click on that, and we have this consumption priority list. And there's two things that you can actually do here to control what your villagers eat or not eat, or the basically the items that they are consuming. So let's just go ahead and go into meals. It's kind of like the easiest thing to explain, I would say, and also likely the most common thing that you want villagers to, you want to have a little more control over your villagers over. So if we're looking at this, what this basically is telling us is that the highly, like the most thing that the villagers want to eat the most is this excellent meat meal. That's what they're always going to go to first. So if I had like a bunch of excellent meat meals and then a bunch of excellent fish meals in my food storage, they would be eating this meat meal first, and then once that was gone, then they would go ahead and start eating the excellent fish meal. So basically just kind of keep going down in priority. The other kind of thing to kind of keep an eye on with this priority tab is this consumption toggle, which is basically a check on, check off kind of option. And what this does basically allows us to say, okay, villagers, you can no longer eat the excellent meat meal. So they will just completely skip this entirely, and they're going to go down to the next, basically the next item that's like in their priority list, which would be the excellent fish meal. Now, if I was like, okay, I have a ton now, you guys can start eating again, all I would do is just go ahead and click that check mark again, which means once more they're going to prioritize that because it's the number one slot here. So they're going to eat that before they eat the fish meal or anything else down the list. So that's kind of like the how this sort of all works together. Now, how can you use this to basically stop villagers from eating certain things? Well, like I kind of just showed, you're going to basically go to this consumption toggle, and you're just going to click off the things that you don't want them to eat. They will no longer eat it, which means, if you're still making a bunch of this stuff, that's going to start stockpiling for you, and that's what you want because you want to go sell it or something. That is perfect for you. Go ahead and put those back on. Now, the other thing that you can actually do is change the priority of the food or the beverages or whatever it is that they will want those items, and that can kind of slow down how much they eat. And that might be more ideal if, like, you don't really want them to stop eating it, you just want them to maybe eat a little less of it. And to do that, all you have to do is just kind of click the thing that you want to move down the priority and drag it. So, for example, if I want them to maybe not eat so much excellent meat meal, I might want them to focus on this fish meal instead because maybe I have a lot of it and it's time for them to, make a dent in that 'cause it's just all turning into rot. What I would do is I would just click this excellent meat meal and drag it downwards. And now we can see this has gone to the number 2 priority slot, and the fish meal has gone to the priority 1. So now they're going to eat all of this, and when they're done, then they'll go to the meat meal, which means they're not going to be hitting up this one quite as much, which means maybe I can, meet them with their food needs or whatever for that. So we'll just go again, just put that back there because that's the default there. So that's kind of how you can play around with it, just to set them up with, what you don't mind them eating a lot of. Versus, maybe guys don't eat this at all, or, maybe make it not your highest priority because I need this to, like, go sell and make a lot of coin or whatever. And the cool thing is you can obviously do this with a bunch of things. Like, that was just meals, but you could do this for heating as well. You could be like, I really want you guys to focus on, the firewood instead of the oil, or, however you want to go about that. Beverages, you can do the same thing. You might be like, hey, I want you guys to drink some more tea instead of the water bottle. You can do that with maintenance as well, like use more clay instead of the chiseled stone, because that's pretty expensive. And then health too, you could be like, you guys go take this antidote, I'm producing a lot of that, and so on and so forth. You got your spiritual stuff, your luxury stuff that they can like take, and arrows as well. And I guess there's like the security thing tier 2, which doesn't really, in my opinion, really affect that too much. But yeah, so that is how you can control your villagers, and like in the capacity of like, you know, what they're eating, they're drinking, whatever, so that you can then obviously use that, sell it, make some money. So hopefully you found that helpful, and how the whole priority thing works, and how, you know, you can control your villagers just a little bit more in Sengoku Dynasty. And if you have questions, do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, keep surviving and keep thriving.